How's it going, YouTube? This is Eli the Curry, and you are watching an in-progress set between myself and Mario DB from Wednesday Night Fights from September 2nd. And I'm going to be doing a recap and analysis of some highlights from those sets, as you see right there. This is in winner's side, and against Mario, I tried to use fireballs to kind of trap him and force him to try to move quickly, because as you can see, if he doesn't get it exactly correct, it can be very difficult for him, and that yields a lot of damage for Laura in this matchup. And once that happens, I can start to push the pace and push the screen. As you can see here, I've got Mario against the wall, and what that does is it kind of negates Karin's superior walk speed, and the range for her buttons isn't as effective up close, and that enables me to get a lot of damage done. We're going to be skipping ahead now to the last round of our set. As you see there, I got the wake up jab, and then he tried to wake up with a button, got crush countered. That set up the shimmy, and so I was able to take that set over Mario. And that put me into a winner's top 8 qualifier match against Noah the Prodigy. And I do not win this set, and I was extremely frustrated about that. I was very upset. But looking back at it, I can understand why I wasn't able to win the set, and it's one of those things that I had to analyze in real time. I didn't protect my space against Noah very well. I didn't really respect the way that his offense was going to work and how he was going to look to get in. And as you can see, there's a lot of jump ins that he's getting. I'm not really checking dashes. I'm trying to backdash out of his drop kick stomp chomp sequence, and that got me cornered a lot in this set. And once Mika corners you, it's really hard to get out no matter who you are. And so it's one of those things that I need to recognize that that is exactly the worst case scenario. And so I need to just relax and not try to fight it as hard. As you see right there, once I'm in the corner, all of my options have downsides, so I'm really just guessing. Now I'm showing you this sequence because it'll come up later in the tournament run. As you see, I have an opportunity to make a comeback, but Noah mashes out super to catch me. And that's something that I had to keep in mind for later on in the tournament. Now we're moving on to the last round of the set, and as you see right there, my offense had a gap in it, and I went for an unsafe V-skill toward. Noah challenged it correctly, he got the counter hit, put me in the corner, and this is where I've been dying the entire set, and it's where I do in fact die and lose this set. So now I'm sent down to losers. I do only need to win one more match to make top 8, and that match was against Luigi, who is Mario's younger brother. And Luigi plays a very strong Guile. Against Luigi, especially on this edition of our match, I tried to be very patient. And you see there, I bait out a flash kick, and then I try to bait out another one. So I wanted to delay a lot of my offense, because even though I don't get to keep the pressure frame tight, Guile is a slower character, and Luigi's looking for situations where he can flash kick out and put it full screen. So if I just stop and wait for that flash kick, as you can see, even if I don't get the pressure 100%, I still have a life lead from the offense that I was generating. Now in this sequence, I'm a little bit more aggressive, I'm a little bit more offensive, and I do get the stun. I'm pushing the corner, and even though the stun combo can't kill, the next clean combo will hit, and he flash kicks. Now that could be very frustrating, but it really just lets me know that the game plan I had in mind works, and it lets me know that I am onto something. So I'm going to try to keep demonstrating that patience. So I'm going to keep waiting, and you see right there, I actually do bait out another flash kick. Now we're skipping ahead, and this is actually match point for Luigi. This is in the final game. Our set was 2-1, and this got really weird. So I'm going to let this round play out almost in its entirety because it was very back and forth, and it had an extremely wild ending. As you can see, I'm trying to maintain that space so that Luigi can't jump over my head, as you just saw. That is a weird jump angle that Guile has, and Laura typically does struggle to anti-air it with stand medium punch, so I have to stand a little bit further back. And unfortunately, Luigi was able to take use of that space, dash forward and corner me, but he got an unfortunate bazooka knee, and then I got an unfortunate V-trigger activation, and then Luigi had a really unfortunate critical art drop. It got really scrambly from here, but now that his meter's spent, I know I don't have to bait out any flash kicks. So even though I can't get the kill, I am able to be very aggressive and push this corner. And so now he's trying to sweep under my fireball, which is a very good tactic, especially when Laura's in V-trigger, but I was aware of that, and I baited it out. So now we're in the last round, and I'm skipping ahead to when I was able to activate V-trigger. I like to do that, especially against characters who love heavy normals like Guile, and with punish with medium punch bolt tackles to get in. and now I'm able to layer in overheads, regular throws, and a lot of pressure from my fireballs and make things difficult for Luigi. You see, he doesn't have any meter here, so he's trying to sweep under, he can't, and now without any meter to flash kick, I can be more aggressive, get the throw, because he's been shimmied and he doesn't want to take it. So that moved me into loser side top 8 against the answer F.A.N.G player, who did eliminate me from last week's Wednesday Night Fights to make top 8. And this set started off really poorly for me. The answer, as you can see right there, had a huge lead. He actually does win this round with a perfect. But that round, in comparison and addition to the start of this round, let me know that he was actually trying to push me off of my center. He was trying to get me to go really fast. And so that helped me lock in, because F.A.N.G doesn't want to go fast. As you can see, if F.A.N.G falls down against Laura, it can be very hard for him to get back to a neutral space. So I wanted to take advantage of that. I wanted to push that pace just for this round and show a lot of command grab. Try to get the answer antsy and unwilling to stand and block. And as you can see here in this next clip, you can see how much more active he is defensively. He doesn't want to down back against me because I've shown that I'm willing to command grab him so much. And that activation is important because I need him to be more scrambly, more reckless, because once F.A.N.G falls, I can take advantage of it. You see the answer here actually did a great job predicting me, whereas Guy will sweep one of these fireballs. A lot of F.A.N.G players like to jump over them, and you saw right there he made it happen. You're also now seeing a very difficult situation for me. I was not able to deal with his bird move really well at all, and I struggled with it a lot in this match. And I just wanted to showcase some of that. I actually do get to punish it in one of these instances, but I don't actually get very much off of it. And so I'm just kind of demonstrating that and how frustrating that sequence is. But I need to take my time. This is a matchup much like with Gaio, where if Laura can get the life lead, she is in a very strong place. And if you can get in and make that happen patiently, you can really make F.A.N.G struggle. But as you saw, again, that bird move is so hard for me to deal with and stay on top of. And I get this really sick sequence from the answer. Got a lucky block and a V reversal. Looks good, but then he just jumps and birds out again. So we're right back to where we started. And it was frustrating, but it's part of the matchup, and it's one of those things that I had to be wary of. As this round is coming down here, I activate V trigger because this fireball is going to push a lot, and it's the reason why you see D wants to jump, because this fireball controls so much space, and it's so hard for him to actually deal with it once it's out. As you see how much space I gain and control there. I took a big risk on that overhead. If he had blocked that, I would have lost a round, but luckily he EX swayed out instead, and I can start over again. And I had enough V trigger to kind of win me back to screen, and then I used EX. You see the answer tried to dash forward because he realized he had actually given me too much space. And so now we are in game 2, and this is round number 2. The answer's got a great start there. He checked a lot of my aggression, which let me know he's blocked back in. You see right here, I finally get a punish on one of those bird jumps, but then he just jumps and birds out again. And it's looking kind of tough now, and you see here he gets a punish on the overhead. This is a lot of back and forth between us. This set was very close, and this is what it would have looked like if that overhead had been blocked. So now this is match point for the answer, and I really have to lock in. And I think I did that. I stayed calm, and I was able to get a whip punish on the sweep. I was able to get a lot of good damage there, as you can see, a lot of safe control, and force him to burn resources to try to corner me. And he can't really do it that way. F.A.N.G can't corner you and have great corner control at the same time if he's got to use his gauge to escape. So you see now at the end of this round how long it's been. We've grinded it down to about 14 seconds. And I get lucky twice here. One that the V reversal hits, and then again that he drops that jump in combo. And that protected me, because with the amount of life I have now, he had to go in and try to get a big hit, which he wasn't able to do. So now we're skipping ahead to game 3, where I get a very fortunate forward heavy punch, catching him back dashing, because again, he doesn't really get command grab. And that let me activate V trigger, and now I can represent a significantly bigger threat anytime I get close. I can cancel the claps and the V skill forward to stay plus, as you see, and that traps him, and it makes things very difficult. You really can't backdash in that situation as F.A.N.G. And eventually I just B-skill through one of his fireballs, which is a tactic that a lot of lorers I don't think really employ. I think a lot of people try to treat that fireball as if it's real, and it's not. You shouldn't do that. And although there is an example That must have cut out of me trying to jump over one of his fireballs and look like an idiot. So now we are on match point, and I've got a good life lead. As you see, I've got the answer cornered again, and this is where this round really goes bad for D. He's got to spin 2 V-gauge bars to V-reversal out of some really strong pressure that I had, and it actually ends with him back in the corner. And so he tries to V-reversal again just to get out. I punish that V-reversal, and then I'm able to set up the shimmy, and so that ended my set with the answer. We now move on to my next set, which was against another very strong F.A.N.G, Mortzy. Now with Mortzy, I do a lot more challenging here in some tight spaces, because Mortzy will like to call out situations. So he and I have a kind of RPS style thing going on with his pressure, where he's looking to get these Crower Couch kicks, and then I will try to backdash. And if he knows I'm going to try to backdash, then he's going to try to stand fierce. As you see right here, this is a round for me, and there isn't really an equivalent way for him to challenge very effectively. It's much harder for F.A.N.G to challenge that pressure. And so that's one thing that I'm trying to keep an eye on when we are in these situations is, can I get this pressure going? And if he ends up getting his pressure going, how can I do that? As you see right there, I jab. He was waiting to try to see if I would shimmy. Next time he does it, I try to backdash. He fierces. So you see how that situation works out for him. I'm putting this sequence in because I thought it was dope. I got mixed to hell. That sucked. And this is actually now game point for him, and as you see right here, he gets a really good stun sequence, but then he drops the jump in combo, and this gave me such a huge situation for a comeback. I'm able to activate, whiff punish one of his sweeps, and then all I need is one combo from the whiff punish into the command grab, and now that's match point for me, and I really think that drop, it did a lot. This was a great round for me afterwards. A lot of things go wrong from him here. As you see, he's not able to really check dashes. He's unlucky here on the EXSPD. He wasn't ready for it. Then I kept him walking back. Then I punished what should have been a V-reversal, but I staggered my pressure looking for a shimmy, and it all worked out for the best. Now I am in loser semifinals, where I am once again in the corner against Noah. I skipped to this part because I had a huge life lead. I was winning so much of this round, but it really just hammers home the fact that if I can't keep Noah and his Mika out of the corner, then there is no life lead. And so it's one of those things that I just had to steel myself and be ready and focus for. How do I keep myself out of that corner? And one of the ways to do that is to put together my own offensive strengths. I know Noah has a tendency to tech, so I want to expose that. I want to get those shimmies. I want to put these sequences all the way together. As you see, I get this perfect. And then this is just a quick clip from the next round of that set. You saw right there, he tried to super when I was plus, but this time I was ready for it. Now we are on match point, and we're once again pushing to the corner, but I kept it a little bit tighter this time, stayed right on top of him, and I was able to manage these resources. I was able to keep myself out of the corner. See, he goes for the command grab, and it whisks, and I win that set. Now we move on to losers finals against Flaquito, who picked Sagat. Now he ran Seth for most of this tournament, and I asked him why he went with Sagat instead of Seth, and he just said it was because he didn't have a lot of matchup experience. And I feel like I do have a really good amount of matchup experience as Laura against Sagat. And one of the things that I tried to do in this set was use fireballs to counter hits, because every time Laura throws her fireball, she moves closer. And that makes it really difficult for Sagat to use his fireballs. He's got to use more buttons, and that carries a heavy risk. A couple of other things that I wanted to do here is take advantage of the fact that Sagat, like Guile and Karin, wants to try to get through fireballs. You see right there, I catch Flaquito trying to hit a button to get through fireballs. So I'm trying to take advantage of his eagerness. This is an example right here. Using B trigger, I can freeze the screen, see what it's doing, and get the punish. I wasn't able to get this sequence completely because I was too antsy on the B skill forward. I actually could have punished that V-reversal if I hadn't gone forward. But that was one of the things that I was working on. And by patience worked out for me, as you see right here. Flaquito starts this round off very aggressively, and it all goes downhill for him. After that, it's really hard for Sagat to make any comebacks against Laura. Especially, obviously, if you're going to kill. Now, in this situation, I'm trying to abuse Laura's plus frame pressure. You see right there, Flaquito DPing through strings. He's making things happen. And I actually get this bull tackle here, and this bull tackle is 0 on block, even. So I did a 5-frame command grab, Flaquito did a 5-frame button, and it ended up working out in my favor, which put me in grand finals against Commander Jesse. What you just saw actually was a quick little EX bolt tackle punish on jump backs that I've been wanting to land on really good players, and Jesse qualifies. So I'm proud of that. I'm more proud of that than I am of this perfect, because to be honest with you, this matchup isn't the one that we got. got the game over his colon, and then he switched to Dawson, which is where we're gonna go to next. And this is where my reign basically comes to an end because I don't win. I came in second. And part of the reason for that is because, as you see during these clips, Jesse out-footsied me, and it's really hard to win a matchup when you're getting out-footsied, but it's especially hard when the person doing it is Dawson, and when you're missing opportunities. You saw right there, I had an opportunity, that slide wasn't safe, but my button didn't come out. You see right there an example of him just whiff punishing me. He set me up, and there were a lot of these traps from Jesse, whether it was using faster long limbs to get me to try to commit to a heavy button that he could whiff punish, or he was doing a yoga flame trap, and then he was just hitting me and interrupting me. You see this dope sequence that he set up right there, that drill into back heavy punch with Dawson was super sick. And this is another example of me missing an opportunity. I get the command grab, EX command grab, but I don't believe in the meaty. He gets out, and I get a second opportunity to try to win this round actually, and I get just a little close, but I miss a V-reversal punish as it's coming up here. I blocked instead of actually punishing with a throw, and that would have won me this round, and I'm just a bit too far out as he gets the jump back medium kick. You see right there, it's another great example. I tried to crouch heavy punch his stand medium kick, it whiffed, I got whiff punished. That led into the EX fireball mix-up for Jesse. And this is the final round of the tournament. I tried to start out strong. As you see, I did win some rounds, but Jesse was just very focused, and he played extremely well. I'm gonna have to work on those spacing, traps, and my decision making and my execution. I'm letting this whole round play out kind of as an improvised outro. This is a raw idea of mine. It's not very well, you know, it's not very fancy. This is in the infancy, but this is something that I'm hoping to do every week with my runs. I don't think there's a lot of video content out there of people, you know, kind of analyzing their thought process and what they're trying to do in real time with the clips from the match. So hopefully I'm able to do this on a week-by-week basis and grow and make it into something that you're really interested in watching and that is really informative or entertaining. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I put a lot of effort into these videos. My girlfriend and I, Mira, are looking to make a lot more content for Street Fighter and gaming. So this is the first of many videos. I want to say thank you again for watching. GG's to everybody I played in tournament, and I am free. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.
What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme.